What is going on, guys? They call me Ampy. Welcome to some Battlefield 4 gameplay on the channel today. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Battlefield 4 videos. I think I found my gun. This thing rips. It's a carbine, and I got the green laser sight, the green camo, and we got some fancy schmancy gameplay here today to show for you guys while we get into a commentary talking about growing up. Now, what does that mean for you guys? I always ask myself the question, am I ever too old to do this? Or am I ever too old to do something in particular, something specific? And a lot of the time, I have been told by people, more specifically my parents, that I should grow up. Now, it's not the grow up that you guys may be thinking about, because I do have my shit together. I do have my head screwed on in a particular fashion that I am going to school. You know, guys, I am minoring in two things and majoring, and I'm doing my stuff. I'm trying to do YouTube and all this stuff together. So I'm going in a pretty decent direction. So I'm not... They don't tell me to grow up in that sense. They tell me to grow up in that I always act like a fucking child. And I'm not crying, you know, I'm not whining and everything like that, but I just act like a little kid. Now, I want to give you guys some examples. You could either live out your life like it's some sort of midlife crisis, like people have when they're 30, when they're 40, whatever they do when they reach a certain age, they start flipping out and become all serious, like, what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to behave? And it's different all across the board. It depends. Some people freak out in the middle of college when they don't know what their major is, and it's like, oh my god, it's time to grow up because we are entering the real world. And what that means to people is that, oh my god, I have to like act like an adult, and I have to act all boring and live out the rest of my days in an office in a suit, and I'm just like, oh my god, life is gonna be so boring and gray. Why do people think like that? That's growing up is not something that, in that particular definition, that is not something I will ever do in my entire life, guys, ever. I refuse to do it because that's just a boring way to close out things. Not to say that we're thinking about an end, but we are thinking about a particular course that you will take throughout your entire life. So, me personally, if you're going to define Ampy as somebody, if you're going to want to characterize me in a particular way, let's put it this way. I am always the kid on the rides in Chuck E. Cheese. I'm on the go-karts in Six Flags, okay? I am the kid with the ice cream cake. I am the kid with the fucking fuzzy slippers. I'm the kid who's watching Drake and Josh while everyone else is watching, I don't know, American Horror Story. I have no fucking idea. Whatever people watch nowadays. I'm the kid inside like everyone else is. Like all of you are, I should say. I'm the kid inside playing video games, playing Call of Duty, playing a first-person shooter or an MMO while everybody is out at homecoming and shit. I'm the kid who's wearing the Burger King crown while eating his fucking cheeseburger, with everybody in the restaurant staring at him like, wow, this kid's like 6 feet tall and he's like 20 years old and he's wearing a fucking crown. And not even the little kids are wearing the crown, but just this kid is wearing a crown. That's me. That is me, guys. That's the way I do things. You know, I'm not ashamed of it. You want to know why? Because I'm not afraid of getting older. And I'm not afraid of getting older just for the simple fact that I'm not going to grow up like the definition that everybody else perceives it to be, something so terrible and something so, like, boring. Why do you have to get bored with yourself when you get older, guys? That's something I want to ask you guys. How do you want to live out your adult life? Do you want to live it out in a ball pit with ice cream and games and tickets and prizes? That's all I ever do, go to Dave & Buster's and go to the movies and stuff like that. Or you could have a steady paying job, which is not bad. You know, you could be fun, be a fun person and have a steady paying job. But you could have a steady paying job and take things so seriously, not have a sense of humor, and just live your life in a shitter. People with no sense of humor, I don't know how they function in this world. I have such a sense of sarcasm that if I ever come across somebody who has absolutely zero sense of sarcasm, particularly my dad, we don't get along very well for this specific reason, it's very hard to talk to people like that. It's very hard to communicate. It's very hard to try to get him to lighten up when he's trying to get me to like sturdy up, you know, if that's one way to describe it. So I guess what I'm trying to say, the key essence of this video, guys, is the importance of having some fun in your life, because there will be a point in your life where you have to, you know, to a certain degree, take things a little more seriously. I can't be jumping into ball pits when I'm like 60. That's something that's not going to be able to happen, mostly because I'm going to have like broken legs and my back's going to be thrown out. Otherwise, I totally would. But there is something that tells me that the fun will stop eventually, you know, to a certain degree. Obviously, there will always be fun. The importance of having fun while it still lasts, okay? You could be a fun person your entire life, but there is a certain point where you're just like, wow, I can't do this anymore just because maybe I physically can't do it anymore, or maybe I can't do it mentally anymore. Whatever, you're getting older, you have priorities, whatever. I just don't want you guys to lose a sense of childhood. Childhood is something you can never get back. Youth is something that is so fleeting, you guys don't even realize how fast it goes. And I'm 20 already, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting so old, I'm scared. And I don't ever want to lose the sense of childhood that I have right now. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for listening to what I had to say. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed what has been discussed here. I've been Ampy. I'll see you guys in the next video.